Hello and welcome, I am Arumba, thank you for joining me. Let's play some Europa Universalis IV. So I just got done wrapping up my Italy campaign, or I'm near to it. And I figured, if you can't beat them, join them. So we're going to go for a quick achievement run. All belongs to Mother Russia. We're going to form Russia and just see just how overpowered Russia really is. They have some outrageous national ideas when it comes to manpower. So first off, we do need to make sure that we have Iron Man mode enabled to get an achievement. So let's do that. This does also lock in the difficulty settings, prevents you from changing. Lucky Nations does have to be on. AI difficulty has to be at normal or higher. You actually can, if you disable Iron Man mode and then go in, you turn on AI difficulty to hard, and then you enable Iron Man mode, it will stay on hard. So you can have hard AI difficulty, but you cannot change anything else. Doing that with Lucky Nations does not work. Just to demonstrate. We change it to random, turn Iron Man mode back on, it will default back to historical, but the AI difficulty can be changed. So why not? Let's leave AI difficulty on hard, why not? Funsies. So we're going to play as Muscovy, or Muscovy, as some people seem to pronounce it. I don't know why a V becomes a W, but Muscovy is what it looks like to me, so that's what we'll probably call it most of the time. Russian ideas. We get starting ideas, national manpower modifier plus 25%. That's pretty good. Infantry cost minus 20. So we're going to have lots and lots of able-bodied young Russians. And bonus ideas for having all Russian ideas. After we achieve these, we will get that. So we have core creation cost minus 15. That's pretty good. Not quite as good as Italy's minus 25, but still quite good for a tier 1 country idea. Land force limits modifier plus 50%. Hell yeah. Manpower recovery speed plus 10%, and culture conversion cost minus 20. Production efficiency plus 10. We got colonists plus 1, and automatic adjacent territory discovered through colonies. So this is automatically, even if you don't take exploration or anything, you do end up having a path to colonize this whole top region, which is why they get such a darn big name in the game. We also have yearly army tradition plus 0.5. It's a small boost, but it does help in making sure you have good generals. And technology cost minus 10%. Now keep in mind, we are a Eastern tech country, so that 10% reduction in technology costs just kind of brings you closer to parity with Western tech. And then once you have all that, you have national manpower modifier plus 50, which does stack additively with the starting tradition plus 25. So pretty good. We start off with a few vassals. Let's go dive in. We will call this Russia Rules. That's not the name of the series, it's just my Iron Man. We've learned about Orduski and Komi. Okay, so now, unfortunately, my message settings to get reset, so I'm going to have to disable a few of them as they come on. We start off with our national focus already set to administrative, not really sure why. We have a 3-1-2 ruler with a 3-4-5 heir. That's a pretty big disparity in points. That's a 12 monarch point ruler versus a 6 monarch point ruler. So I would actually be totally fine with him dying. Having a Regency Council would be rather unfortunate, though. We'll wait a little while. Choose our rivals first. Obviously, Novgorod. They are like our natural enemy. And I believe we have some very early missions to subjugate Novgorod. So if we take this mission, we get claims on everything, and we could just immediately go do that. We will take the early form alliance with Ryazan because it's easy diplomatic power. Assuming that Ryazan is not going to put us over our relationship limit. No, it won't. We can easily diplo-vassalize them. They are our same religion. They like us. A little bit of border friction. Even the same dynasty. What do you know? So we'll actually send the alliance offer before taking the mission, because why not? We'll let one day tick. And Kazan has adopted the title something. See, so this is the... All my message settings are enabled right now. Now I am going to leave this one on. I do kind of like this. Pskov is trying to improve relations with us. That's interesting to know. Riga has entered into a military alliance with their new ally, the Palatinate. And the Timurids have entered into an ally with Kazan. So some of these message settings might be a bit excessive at first, but Let's deselect all countries of special interest and then add just our neighbors. We'll just have our neighbors set a special interest. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and use best guess. That'll add in a few other things like Austria, Holy Roman Empire, that type of thing. Incorporate Perm. You know, I don't think we have the ability to annex these guys quite yet. 1454, so we do have to wait at least 10 years before we can actually integrate anybody, so we're not going to take that mission. But we will take Subjugate Novgorod, definitely. We've gained a Casus Belli, we have claims on all of Novgorod, yay! Easy claims. We're at full maintenance. We can get a Land Maintenance Modifier Advisor, which is okay. Reinforced Speed Fort Defense level 2. Automatic Rep guy. And Stability Cost Modifier guy. None of those really jump right out at me as being necessary. Now, Novgorod doesn't have any alliances yet, so I'm tempted to just declare on them, but they're also pretty likely to seek an alliance with, like, I think it's usually Poland or the Livonian Order that becomes their ally. It would be a ballsy move to go after them right away without waiting to see what the alliances do. Now, as an Orthodox country, we do get Patriarch Authority, which can really help out quite a bit. You can decrease your tax modifier by a ton, but pick up tons of manpower and more missionary strength, less revolt risk. I mean, it's very good. And we have pretty decent tolerance of heretics. Actually, you know what? We don't actually have any modifiers for those things, but it's not bad. You know, -1 and -2 is actually pretty good. We don't start off with a leader, do we? A 3-4-3. All right. Well, that settles it. Novgorod, you're going to die. There's no question. We'll try to conquer. We'll set our war goal as, well, unless we take everything. I have a feeling that they're too large for consumption in one war. Let's go for Porzok. The one that we're the most likely to siege first, I think. Okay, our little vassal guys have joined us. And again, I do expect we'll see Novgorod forming an alliance, and then within these next 60 days, managing to call somebody in. Let's go ahead and say attach to my unit. Come on, vassals. Rally forth. Let's go. Skov, don't you dare get caught out. Our diplomat has returned. We have 2 diplomats. Let's go ahead and improve relations with our vassals. Actually, let's do it with, this is, it is best when you're, so, okay, it doesn't explain it very well, I think, but if your opinion is closer to 0, then you improve relations faster. Improve relations between yourself and the target. I mean, I guess it does say it here. Once, neutral relations are easier to change. The closer you are to 0, the more he has an impact on people, so it is best to, like, do improve relations before doing royal marriages and alliances and guarantees and stuff like that. We'll let him get started on the lower opinion guys. I have a feeling that this guy's going to get caught. Top speed, like, 3, probably. Georgia's trying to improve relations with us, as is Yaroslav. Poland has entered into a military alliance with their new ally, Lithuania. Don't they start off with them in a personal union? Apparently not. And Novgorod's embargoed us. Well, we'll just have to return the favor. Now, I did only select one rival, but, that's alright. Austria's entered an alliance, and Perm is trying to make us like him. I don't have a diplomat available, but we should also counter embargo. And Tiver is trying to improve relations. 12th and the 5th, good. So our little guy's going to get out. Let's go merge up with him. And Sweden's improving relations. I do think it's early game opening spam, really. Now, we'd like to avoid a river crossing, if at all possible. Stay with me, guys. Come on. Get over here. So what I'm going to do is, once we get to Novgorod, we're going to make like we're moving to Kulm. Nope, never mind. They actually made it back to Kulm. We'll take the National Epic. It's only 10 admin points, and the yearly prestige is pretty useful early on in the game. Why are we taking so darn long to get to this province? The indicator makes it look like we should already be there. Oh, it might be because we had to wait for the other armies. What I'm hoping for is I want to go engage him in Pskov. Although there's a pretty good chance we might get a river crossing. But if we move to Ingermanland... Yes, this will work out great. So we go to Ingermanland, and then we act like we're moving back to Novgorod, which will scare him away from moving. He'll stay in Pskov, and then we go kill him in Pskov without a river crossing. Perfect. This works out splendidly. Assuming we can catch him, of course. Which we can't. Yay. Still, it was worth the effort. Worth a try. That's rather disappointing. They have a 1-0-0-0. I guess we should just go fight him. Took our crossing penalty, darn river. And so far, we haven't seen an alliance. We haven't seen them call... Oh, come on. Don't roll a 9. Bunch of nonsense with his 9s and 8s and stuff. If we get away with this, I'm going to be amazed. Novgorod has national ideas that make mercenaries less expensive, so we're pretty likely to see a few of those guys show up. I am going to chase down that stack, I think. So as far as the decision to form Russia goes, we can't do that until we have Admin Tech 10, so don't start worrying about it yet. It's going to be a while until we can actually do that. Golden Horde has declared war on Georgia. Now, Georgia is Orthodox, and they could prove to be useful to us. So it might not be a terrible idea to improve relations with them in order to be able to interject ourselves into that war. It depends on whether or not the Golden Horde has called anyone else into it. So, let's go ahead and stop improving relations with one of our vassals and go work on Georgia. Now, our army just massacred there because of silly reasons. But we do need to chase this army down. One thing that's interesting, I think, about Russia is this winter map mode. Like, severe winters happen up here, which can affect every army. I think even your own can suffer miserable deaths due to winter. Alright, let's go improve relations with Georgia. Just make sure that we have that as an option. They've got rebels already. Peasants. It's unfortunate for them. Our morale really seems to suck. We will be there on the 25th. Let's hold off an extra few days. Let me get there after the turn of the month. July 4th. Sounds great. That way we'll get one more morale tick. And you know what? Even though... Yeah, I'm gonna consolidate regiments. I'd love to have the army reinforced, but I want them to fight efficiently, and I just think it makes more sense. It costs just as much to train new ones as it does to reinforce, so... Alright, and then from here on out, we're just going to detach and start sieging everything. Now, as far as looting provinces go, let's take a look at the available provinces. Which ones could we loot? So you can't loot anything that's adjacent to stuff that we have military access to. So because Pskov is a vassal of ours, and they have access to an adjacent province here, none of this is available. Nor is Torzhok, or this, or this, or this, or this. But Olonets should be lootable. Oh, excuse me, no, Belo, that one borders it. Kexholm, Karelia, and Kola should all be lootable. So we could get 1 gold, 1 gold, 1 gold. Not even worth it. Let's just siege. Our general is pretty damn good. Let's go ahead and let the armies go where they want to go. And I think we will go up to speed 4. 13th and the 7th and the 11th. Good. Left behind 1 infantry there, so... Kazan has declared war on Uzbek. And Kazan has raised war taxes. As has the Golden Horde. The AI seems very keen on raising war taxes. Ooh, Georgia is, yeah. We're not going to get involved in that war, I think. It's a separate war. Crimea, the Ottomans, and not Kuyunlu. See, if it was just the Golden Horde, I'd jump in, but... We could, I think, enforce peace with Golden Horde, but not Crimea. At the very least, that would help Georgia out a little bit. We'll keep improving relations and see if that becomes an option. Lithuania gains a claim on one of our provinces. That's annoying. It happens. Let's see. Can we afford to hire people? Probably could. Our land force limit's 19, and we only have a very sparse few. Let's go ahead and hire some more infantry. We're going to definitely just hire tons of infantry because of how inexpensive they are. Remember, we have that national idea. Infantry costs minus 20%, so it's just Russian infantry all around. And I do think we can afford advisors. We'll just pick up the level 1 guy because he's the cheapest and the most affordable. We will take Diplo Rep guy. And we will take the Land Maintenance Modifier guy. I like Reinforced Speed, but Land Maintenance Modifier I think is a more permanent bonus. I want to get our power projection up as quick as I can. Oh, that reminds me, we need to embargo. Let's do that. And then we'll go back to improving relations with one of our vassals. Okay, so let's think. As far as national focus goes, what's our plan going to be? Obviously, we want to get to be able to form Russia right away. So we want to be ahead of time or equal to time on administrative technology. But we're already getting tons of admin points even without having it as a focus. Military tech, always useful. Always. And our costs are going to be a little bit higher than normal because of being Eastern tech, but we're not going to Westernize. I just don't think that's necessary. If we were to get an idea, what would it be? I do love that humanism. Mostly because of years of nationalism and accepted cultures. So good. Well, I don't think it's going to be a big factor in the beginning. I can hold off for a bit when it comes to deciding what idea group to take. Out of curiosity, Novgorod, what kind of war score are we looking at to conquer you? Muscovite vassal, 210% war score. So we cannot take everything from them. But what we can do is we can gut them through the center, making them completely miserably worthless when it comes to fighting off their rebels and for the next war. A little bit of carpet siege with infantry sounds good. Unfortunately, we've suffered some attrition, and for a second there, we lost the ability to siege this. Trier's at war. We've joined Austria. I'm gonna have to think about this for a bit. What would be the best first idea? I mean, obviously, we don't want to make it a military idea because we gotta get those early military techs, which is far too important for tactics. 6, 7, and 8 have to have them. Going for a military idea first would put us far too behind on that, I think. I think the standard opener is diplomatic idea. Just fits better when you do this. But now that we have national focus, and we could keep it on admin and then just knock out level 4 and then go straight into an administrative idea group. Could be interesting to go for early colonization as Russia. That could be good. Oh, and the permanent CB against the less advanced nation. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, that's the plan. Oh my gosh. Early colonization plus then conquer Asia. I love it. Sounds great. Alright, cool. I'm going to take a break here. I do look forward to seeing you in the next video. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to click the like button. This is video number 1. Your like does make a big difference when it comes to people finding the channel. So, thanks for watching, everyone. See you again soon.